Hello, everyone. Dr. Victoria Scarbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Today, we're going to be doing the tarot scopes for the sign of Aries, first sign of the zodiac. Aries is a cardinal fire sign, and so Aries are very good at starting things, starting fires, literal and figurative, perhaps. Um, Married to an Aries, and his sun is at the very beginning of Aries, so he truly is that sort of like Aries, like right out of the gate energy, and he really does spark a lot of. He does he kindles fires. Like he's almost like a one of those like a flint, like or the things that you go and it makes the spark. That's he has very much has that energy. So that's Aries energy, and that's you guys. So this is for Aries, Aries Sun, Aries Moon, and Aries Rising. And I'm going to look at the astrology first. I'm just doing a little shuffling while I'm talking to you here. And astrologically, this month is very, very excuse me, um, very potent, very potent. We have an eclipse. That always, ups the ante. It's a new moon, solar eclipse in the sign of Sag. And so for you, it's in that ninth house of what is right, what is just, what is fair. Um, this is higher mindedness, right? And so we have a Sagittarius new moon there, which generally means new starts, new beginnings. However, it's associated with an eclipse and a south node eclipse at that. And so that requires you to, before you can sort of move forward, to let go of something. And the ninth house is the house of our beliefs. And so, Aries, there's something that you believe wholeheartedly that could be getting in the way of your moving forward. What belief do you have about whatever, yourself, a situation? Is it a religious belief? Is it a spiritual belief? Is it a financial belief? Is it what you've learned? Are you so convinced and so sure of your own um, um, intuition? Is it possible that you're not making the right decision? These are the things. So there's something that's getting in the way that needs to be released, and this eclipse will help actually do that for you. And what you're not willing to let go of uh, in a by saying, yeah, okay, I'll let go of this. The harder you hold on, you know, the harder it is to tear something out of your hands. And so more pain, right? So you want to make sure um, that you're open to the fact that you're going to have to maybe change your mind or your belief about something. Um, at least be open to it and let the air in around that for yourself. You know what I'm saying? We have a full moon in the sign of Gemini, which is your mind, right? How do you need to open your mind? What needs to be seen? And the moon in and the sun in Sagittarius. So this is about working from both ends, your intuitive and your intelligence. It's not just intuitive. It's also intelligence. You need to have both of those things on your side. You need to have access to both those sides of the equation, not just one. Not just one. Okay? Um, we have Venus stationing retrograde in Capricorn. And that's happening right after it makes a conjunction to Pluto. And it's actually going to make 3 conjunctions to Pluto between now and March of 2022. So 3 chances to kind of get it right with that. But there can be this sense of false starts here. And that can be in your career sector. So false start number 1, false start number 2. By number 3, 3's a charm. That's when you're moving forward. That's March. That's March. We also have a square, probably the biggest thing that's happening in December. And you might say, wait a minute, didn't you just say there was an eclipse? Uh-huh. The biggest thing that's happening, and didn't you just say Venus was retrograde? Uh-huh. But the biggest thing that's probably happening is the fact that Saturn and Uranus are making the last of three exact squares. Last quarter, crisis and consciousness squares, not trusting authority, becoming an authority in your own life, and moving towards a more progressive future. Those things, taking responsibility for yourself, important in whatever way that you can, and standing in that responsibility and saying, this is me being responsible for myself. You be you, I be me, and we'll work together and make it work. Because you're not trying to prove anything to anybody. You are who you are. Jupiter moves into Pisces at the end of the month. Expansion of dreams, messages from spirit, um, tripping the light fantastic. I mean, you could go on some pretty magical experiences with Jupiter. That doesn't happen though until the end of the month, and then that's going to move into the first 5 months of the year. There's going to be that energy of Jupiter in that 12th house for you. So that's really nice. And I think a lot of spiritual things are going to come to fruition through that cycle. So I think that's going to be very enlightening. The square between Saturn and Uranus really deals with, um, did I say Saturn and Uranus? Yes, I said Saturn and Uranus. Uranus and Taurus. Um, Shaking up your sense of self-worth and self-esteem. Do you have it? Maybe you don't. Maybe you do. Things shake it up. Shake up your money. Shake up your values. And then at the same time, um, with Saturn in Aquarius, you have to be responsible for your place in your community. You are not a person unto yourself. You have to be responsible. You want to be part of the community that's going to make things better and utilize some of your great ideas. You're going to have to get along with other people, and certain things you're going to have to probably make some concessions to be in a group that's going to get something done, or that you can actually help to bring something really good onto the planet. So, of course, it's always your choice, but that's, I think, what the stars are kind of indicating to Aries. So let's do the card reading now. I'm going to use Aries is kind of the first sign of the zodiac, right? The basic energy of life. So I'm going to use the basic deck. I'm going to use my Rider-Waite, which I don't often use. I've had it for a long time. It's, all kind of dirty and stains, but I use it as a teaching tool very often. But this is the deck I have in front of me, and this is the deck I'm going to use. So maybe just one little shuffle here, and sorry, I don't have it. I don't have a table, so I have to do it on my lap. And if I do it, sitting forward, they all fall on the floor, and then I have to move everything. So that's kind of a pain. Wait, sorry about the weird noises. That was my phone, which I can hear, but I can't see. Oh, I see where it is. Okay. All right, let's see. Aries. So we have hope, and we have inspiration, and we have our shining star. This is about being re-inspired by life, or being re-inspired for life. This is about reaching out into life, becoming a part of life again. I feel like there's been a period of reclusiveness to a certain extent. That can be necessary for fire. Fire needs a certain amount of reclusiveness to make sure that they have enough energy to continue. Fire has to be very aware of its fuel source. Um, so hope is here, inspiration is here. You just need to seek it out. You need to meditate. You need to get in touch. You need to quiet your mind. You need to stop being distracted by every shiny object that passes, and actually, go within and ask your higher guidance to come in and guide you. What challenges that is simply, doing that and balancing it along with, um, balancing your life. You have to eat, you have to, pay rent or pay mortgage or, so there's this back and forth. And, sometimes we're so busy just trying to stay afloat that we don't give ourselves the time to meditate. We don't give ourselves the time to reach in. Um, into that great cosmic sea with the the fishing pole that is our ability to meditate, right? So, but you don't have to sit there for hours. That's the thing. You can meditate for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes, if that's all you have. You will still get a lot out of it. And the more you do it, like anything, the more muscle, the more you do this, the stronger your bicep becomes, the heavier things you can lift. It works with the spiritual muscle as well. At the root of it is, a coming together, a joyousness, a reunion of sorts, a reunion of the heart, joy and dancing, happiness. It's time to get out again. It's time to go have fun, Aries. In the past, we have strength. You've done your work. You've overcome some of your lower nature into your higher spiritual nature. You've done the work. You are strong. What's in the sky? The King of Pentacles. That's that is potential, but it has to be worked. So it's like there's great success available to you if you're willing to put the work into it. That's what that says to me. The immediate future. Ooh, looks like you're going on a trip, Aries. You're taking your show on the road, so to speak. You're air. So this is night is fire, the night of fire. Aries is fire, so you're taking your fire on the road, Aries. So I see a trip in your future. How it's seen from the outside is a tower moment. Now this is interesting. This is how things are seen from not for you, from the outside. So there's actually, okay, I understand what this is. So what other people are seeing as like, oh my God, this is terrible, this is the worst thing ever, you're seeing it as an adventure. You're seeing it as an opportunity to take a new road and a different road. That's what you're seeing. Here you are with the Seven of Wands. It's interesting. This was the first card for the Leos. The fire signs have really come across as having to really sort of be who you are, and no excuses, and no what's that? It's not excuses. It's excuses, and no apologies. Right? Be yourself. And so this is your domestic situation. You might have to fight for your rights, but you do have the higher moral ground. You do have a higher perspective, and you will be victorious because of that. You will be victorious because of that. So keep your higher perspective and fight fight what you have to fight, but only because it's necessary, just so you can keep that higher perspective that you have. Hopes and fears is fear. I think this is fear. The fear of getting caught in your mind, getting trapped, having no options. Um, but you do. There's always options. You don't. Fear is a mind thing. You can access your intuition. You can access your feelings, and you can utilize those when your mind is too fearful. So when your mind is so caught up in fear, if you just like move into your heart space, you can transcend that fear. If you move into your psychic place right here, you can move through that fear and get to the other side and get out of that. And then we have manifestation, the last card. So you're giving birth to something. Something you are giving birth to something. And in that giving birth there's an ending and then a new beginning. An ending and a new beginning. And we have Dominion, the Emperor, which is the Aries card, heartbreak, and dissolution. You have dominion over your choices. Um, you learn your lessons. Um, you learn from your mistakes, of which there are many. You're an Aries. Aries really, as a sign, doesn't have a lot of experience. They learn through their mistakes. But as long as they're learning, it's good. It's when they stop learning and they think they know everything that Aries can come into a problem, can have a problem. So, um, wow. So very potent cards. What others see as something um, ground shaking, you may see as something totally different. And you're not wrong. You're not wrong. We need that vision. We need the Aries vision. We need somebody who can see something new in something. If you just keep seeing the same thing, it's not going to help us move into the next, it's not going to help us make the next step for sure. All right, let's pick a crystal ally card for Aries for the month of December. Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising. Okay. Moonstone. Um, this is the same one that Sag got. It's about cycles. It's about understanding where you are in your cycle. Now, according to the card reading, you're in a you're in a cycle where you're manifesting something and then you're going to start a new cycle of some sort. So you're giving birth to something at this time, and that is an ending. So a circle has been closed. Um, and so you have to figure out where you are in that and how you feel about that, and be okay with those feelings. You know, those emotions are there to indicate to us we learn from the way we feel. You don't have to be afraid of what you feel. You just have to make sure that you're acknowledging what you feel. Um, Figuring out whether you're at the beginning of something or in the middle, or are you just starting? Are you building? Um, has it been created and you're putting it out there? And then, or have you put it out there and now it's time to revise it and revisit it? Or is it a time to let it go and just to let the natural flow go into something new? You're all going to be in a different place with this. So this is not a one size fit all thing. This is going to be something that you have to work with. Let me just read the I just want to read the affirmation for this for you again. Well, not again, but third eye and crown, and it says, I move through the cycles of my life with joy and acceptance. So it's about knowing where you are and being okay with it and being happy in where you're at. Joy and acceptance of what is, of where I am, um, will open you up to um, more enlightened experience. All right, Aries, have yourself a great month. Have a wonderful holiday season. For those of you who might be interested in an astrology or Kabbalah reading, I do have some availability in December and then in January in 2020, you know, into 2022. I'm going to be raising my prices, not very much, but a little bit at the beginning of the year. And so if you want to get in on the price for 2021, you can do that. And you can, schedule into next year if you want, if you don't have the time in December to do it. It's also a great gift. I didn't mention that in the other readings, but it is a great gift for somebody who, is curious about this stuff and wants to know more and, maybe needs some guidance and you think this is the kind of thing that can help them. Um, it's really great. It certainly has changed my life. So I love it. Um, all right. So have yourself a great holiday. Like, subscribe. Um, Links below for all that stuff. How to get on my website and stuff. So, all right. Much love to you all. Take care. Namaste.